formula's the same now. Win and repeat. Never sleep on a man that's expected to lose. With a chip on his shoulder and something to prove.
What's up, guys? LAJ.
This is Young Peter here, and this is Legendary Sports with the P&J recap of the NBA Finals. And wow, what a finals they were!
No, was it?
Exactly like we expected, right?
Nah, not even close. Not even close to what we expected. Well, actually, it should have been something we should have seen coming, but nobody really wanted to admit because how many times did we say, "Oh yeah, LeBron James is not going to get past the Pacers after taking them to Game 7," and then we realized, "Oh, LeBron James is not going to get past the number 1 seed, who apparently Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan showed up to the playoffs this year around." And he turns around and slaps them around and sweeps them. Then we come to realize, oh yeah, let's go against LeBron James and figure out that he's not going to get through the Boston Celtics, who are super great in the playoffs, super great in the regular season, and it's just getting even better. There's no way LeBron's going to beat them, and so it does happen. So none of us really dared, to go against LeBron. Am I right, Peter? Am I right?
I mean, yeah, I still have the Warriors at 5. I thought LeBron was good for one game. And apparently that one game was that game 1 in which they pissed away. So
it wasn't even his fault to top it off.
Yeah, but funny enough that it comes out that all of a sudden, just because of that one game, and what was it? I keep saying a chalkboard, but where am I in the 50s? Like, no, it's a whiteboard that he punched, and decided to break his hand. Yeah, he still played those 3 games, which I'm like, okay.
but let me ask you that. Do you believe that's what happened, or he just, you remember I don't know what year, I think it was 2004, I want to say 2014, where the air conditioning went out in San Antonio and he got the supposed cramp and he couldn't come back from that. Do you think that's a whole nother setup so the media could see, hey, LeBron, he was great and there was no way he's going to beat the Warriors, plus he did what he did with a broken hand? Or was it just like, hey, I got to come out here and look like I was trying to do my best, but I couldn't? Like, is it a front?
I don't think he needs any more sympathy at this point in his career. He had a hell of a playoffs, man. You're talking about 2 buzzer beaters.
Yep.
8 40-point games. I mean, I could keep going, and I'll save that for Wednesday. But you know what? I have a lot of respect for the man. I don't think he was really trying to put that out there to gain any more sympathy, because at this point, we all know that his teammates are pretty much, they are who they are.
Yeah.
And it showed in these finals where, you know what, you basically brought him here, and you know what, 1 against 4, yeah, no, and especially, and I say 4, and I realize they're a complete team, because they can go about 8, 9 deep if they wanted to.
Yeah, because then they go into Nick Young, they go into JaVale McGee, who apparently is a god in the finals. Then you go into Tayshaun Prince. Is it Tayshaun Prince? Yeah, right. Sean Livingston. I'm in the past, man. Sean Livingston. Yeah.
And look, quick shout out to Sean. I mean, that horrific injury is something that a lot of people will bring up when you bring up Sean Livingston. But to have this man come back and be a 3-time NBA champion, a lot of respect goes up to that man. And honestly, I have nothing but love and respect for Sean, because he was once a Clipper. We drafted him and right out of high school, and man, I remember seeing that incident, and it was horrible.
At least he
I have nothing but love. I have nothing but love for Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only hiccup that I have against him is that little incident that he had with the ref, where he got in his face and pretty much asked for that ass whooping, but ultimately he didn't. That's the only thing that I have against Sean Livingston. But other than that, yeah, the man came back from a gruesome injury, pretty much a career ender. 2 of them
could have been a career, yeah.
Yeah, and now he's a 2-time NBA champion.
3 times. Get it right, man.
He was. Damn, he was there in 2015. Damn, this guy's been.
Yes.
Damn, this guy's been there for a minute.
I'm all like, you realize now that Steph, Clay, Draymond, and obviously more of the Warriors, they have as many titles as LeBron does. Now we're gonna have a different conversation in the next coming up years, especially if they continue on this winning path. Because now, do these guys, especially Steph Curry, because he's obviously the face of the franchise. Sorry, Kevin Durant, but it's true.
No, it is.
But we're having the conversation. Can he catch Jordan with the 6 rings? Because now the next thing is Kobe's with now he just needs 2 more to catch Kobe for obviously the modern the modern era, or
Mm-hmm.
however you want to describe the eras when it comes to this. Because obviously, I just get confused when people try to tell me how to judge the eras when it comes to rings. But he's 2 more behind Kobe, 3 more behind Michael Jordan, and 4 behind the GOAT of Robert Horry. So come on, man. So kind of like he's right there, and he's right there at what is he? He's 29 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but with this team, they could easily three-peat.
Yeah, no, they're favored again.
Damn.
And now we're gonna be looking into the off season and seeing where exactly some of these guys are gonna be going to new teams.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we'll be talking about LeBron because that's one of the main ones we're all looking at right now because it feels like every damn team is trying to make their pitch. But obviously we're here to talk about the NBA Finals.
That's right.
They were just pretty much whatever at this point. Game 4, honestly, I didn't watch to the end. I maybe watched maybe first, second quarter, and when it just looked like the Cavs' effort was pretty much piss poor, I was like, you know what? If you're not gonna put the effort in to try to get one game, why, as myself as a fan of the sport, should I even care?
Yeah. You could probably see if we get the ratings from every quarter, like nationwide or even worldwide. You would probably see a dip, like a huge dip, as soon as LeBron came out. You would just probably see the dip in viewership as soon as LeBron stepped off the court.
He left, I believe, at like the 5-minute mark of the fourth because that was it. Like, what's the point? What's the point of keeping him in there? And it's it's kind of sad to see because it just felt like maybe this was his goodbye.
And he had the fans. He had like not a standing ovation, but he had like a little curtain call. They cheered him and everything. So the little curtain call, and it was just like a sad moment if you're a Cavs fan or even a LeBron fan, just to see him go out like that. He's putting out his entire body and effort into trying to keep the Cavs in contention, not to win, but to contend. And they still end up losing by a score of 108 to 85. So it was a little blowout, and it's sad because nobody else showed up. I mean, you could see Larry Nance really trying. You could see Rodney Hood, who should have been playing in game 1 and just forget what happened. Like, if he didn't want to play garbage time, throw him in there, give him the experience, and try to see what he'd do. And he might have been the difference maker.
You said it. You said it right there. This is the time when it's the NBA Finals when players like Clarkson, Nance, Hood, and even George Hill, who these guys acquired, this is what you got them.
Mm-hmm.
They need to experience the finals, the pressure and all that.
Yeah.
And no, it just felt like it was LeBron, Kevin Love, and J.R. Smith who had a poor final.
Yeah, we don't recognize what Tristan Thompson did. We don't recognize what
and he's been in the finals, and yet, like, okay, he just, to me, seems so non-existent.
Yeah, exactly. The rest of the team, other than those three,
another one, non-existent.
Yeah, exactly. It was just damn. This is where this is my opinion. I don't know if you want to agree with me, but I'm in favor of blaming Kobe or I forgot the last name of their GM for just straight up getting rid of 6 players for the 4 that were non-existent, because at the end of the day, whoever got Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance, that trade with the Lakers ended up being the winning trade, because Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance, very non-existent in the playoffs and in the finals especially, and the Lakers got Isaiah Thomas, Channing Frye, and the pick. So what they had, LeBron really needed. Isaiah Thomas probably would have been healthy, probably not. We don't know. But at that one point, they had Derrick Rose, they had Dwayne Wade, Iman Shumpert, and the most important one I would say would be Jay Crowder. They got rid of all of that for the players that didn't even show to the playoffs or the finals for LeBron. And that's where I put blame on Kobe Aldridge or whatever his last name is. I'll probably put that picture up there. What do you feel?
You know what, man, at this point, I want to say it's the GM, but, it's also the fact that the front office, like, pretty much is afraid of LeBron, like, it's him leaving. So they had to make these moves to try to placate him. And honestly, they got younger in the process. I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
But they're now, I believe they have one of the top 1, 2, or even 3 in the payroll. And some of these guys are locked for years. So any type of rebuild the Cavs do at this point, this is it. This is honestly it.
Yeah.
LeBron leaves, you now have a starting five of Tristan Thompson,
Kevin Love.
maybe even, if he decides to stay, I don't know, Kevin Love, and then you got, who's going to take that? Cecil Orseman or Jeff Green if he comes back, playing the small forward.
Yeah.
And then, man, it's like, who do you really have left? I mean, J.R. Smith, really?
They're going to have to depend on Jordan Clarkson
Hill
and Larry Nance. Those are pretty much the focal points of the team as far as youth goes, because Larry Nance is 23, I believe, and Jordan Clarkson is 24. Everybody else is either 28 or above.
Yeah, so this Cavs team's going to be really different if LeBron leaves next year.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still feel like they'll make the playoffs? I kind of, because I think the East is still, like, obviously the least conference, but I also hold my judgment and see what kind of coach Tyronn Lue really is.
Yes, we're gonna find out. Now, we're definitely gonna find out.
We're really gonna find out.
And we're gonna definitely talk about that on Wednesday's episode of Daily Grind. For sure, we're gonna talk about where LeBron is gonna go. We're gonna talk about all these other things that are gonna go down. But again, today we're getting off topic. But let's talk about Game 4. Where do you feel the turnaround was? Where you realize, like, damn, that's it. This is it. Like
the second quarter. Quarter.
That early.
That's as soon as I saw it, and I saw the effort. And honestly, I tell you, I wanted to, as an analyst and as a fan of the sport, to watch the whole thing. I couldn't. I watched the last 5 minutes of the game when he checked out, and I saw the trophy celebration, and I was like, that's cool. And I think I forgot who on Twitter put it the best, but it was basically a competition. These finals were basically a competition of who's going to win Finals MVP on an extremely good team. It wasn't anything about LeBron. It wasn't anything about the Cavs. It was more about who's going to win Finals MVP. It's going to be Kevin Durant or it's going to be Stephen Curry.
Are you in favor of Kevin Durant winning the Finals MVP, or do you feel otherwise? Somebody else?
You know what? I just for the hell of it, I just wanted to see Curry win it, but I know he had a poor Game 3, which is where people will really look at and be like, well, he had that one bad game, and yeah, he shouldn't have won it. But I'm like, man, even if I was KD, I'm like, just give it to him.
Damn.
That's just another thing he would have had on his long list of accomplishments. And that's not the next thing. I swear, if you really needed to motivate Stephen Curry anymore, it's obviously giving Kevin Durant the Finals MVP, because now I don't even want to know what the hell this guy's going to do when he gets back to his 5th Finals.
Interesting.
Because now I feel like he's going to really want to outperform and get that Finals MVP. And then this is way too early to call who we really have, in the East representing. Could very well just be Boston.
It could be, actually.
At this point, yeah, it really could, because it was that close.
Yes.
It was right there.
Yep.
And yet it didn't happen. So now it's like, what can we do?
I mean, we all know next year LeBron leaves the East. It's going to be a toss-up between Toronto, Boston, and the 76ers.
Yeah.
I don't see any other mystery team.
That's basically it. But, then again, he stays, then we're pretty much putting them right there again, as far as Cleveland goes. But you know what? I just know that we're going to have a lot to talk about this Wednesday when it comes to now the teams, especially even in the West, too. There's one right there that was right there who had their chance. But unfortunately, a CP3 injury happened and kind of blew everything out the water.
That close to getting a completely new finals. NBA's over, but, man, so much still to come. And next year, the NBA is going to be so much different. Hopefully, the finals is different, right?
Yeah, I don't want to see part 5. No. I said that last year in my Twitter. I was like, I didn't want to see part 4. And yet we happened.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, if it's really part 5, like, I hope the Cavs really come out with a complete team.
Yes.
Because there's no reason for me to watch if it's the same old Cavs.
Yeah.
Like, no reason for me to watch, because I'm just gonna, every one of these recaps is just gonna be like, rewatch Game 1.
Yep.
Rewatch this. Because what's the point? Like, we didn't recap Game 3, and honestly, the only reason me and LAJ
tell him, Peter.
Recapping Game 3, is honestly rewatch last year's Game 3, and you'll get kind of an idea why we just didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're telling me Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson basically go like, what's the word? What's a good word to use?
Go
I
off.
don't want to say bad, because when you're bad, they played horrendous. They played horrendous.
Yeah.
And yet, Kevin Durant was 43 points, which honestly, people were praising him. Oh my God, 43 points. You know, and I'm like, LeBron did that 8 times in the playoffs, and yet, we're just taking it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, that's not here nor there. But still, they won that game with a pull-up 3 by Kevin Durant in the closing seconds of the game. Cleveland let that game slip. Hell, we were recording the show, and we were on air saying the Cleveland was going to win, and we all looked like jackasses taking that pick. And none of us imagined that was going to be a sweep. That's what ended up happening. So another NBA season's over. Honestly, I don't know how to feel at this point.
Disappointed.
I know at some point I'm going to be missing it. I'll be missing it. No, not really. I mean, I can't say that, because honestly, especially with us being LA fans and how our teams are trying to, like, now, rebuild their rosters.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to be excited.
Well, let me reiterate that. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase it.
Sure.
We're disappointed as far as it ended. The regular season was full of excitement.
I can't even say that, only because we all knew the Warriors were going to win. That was that.
I mean, we wanted to believe. We wanted to believe.
If you wanted to be like Cleveland and be in Believe Land and thinking that Cleveland was going to win in 7, no way.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to happen. Like, I was like, no way. They have no chance. I did want to see LeBron win his 4th ring, but, it's going to have to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're going to do it in Cleveland, please put something around this man. Competent players. I don't know. I don't even know who that is or who that will be. That's up to them.
Yeah, you know what?
Honestly, that's the thing.
And you know what? There's a lot of free agents out there that are going to be available for LeBron to build around. There's going to be a lot of free agents that maybe Cleveland could bring in and maybe entice LeBron to stay. But again, we'll tie that in on Wednesday's show. Make sure you guys tune in. But as far as, shout out to you, Swaggy P, shouting out the Lakers, kind of in a good and a bad way. Shout out the Lakers as far as, shout out to LA, and then I went from getting snitched on to putting a ring on, all that stuff. But yeah, it ended whack. But the leading up to it was just incredible. We were that close of getting the Rockets and Boston's finals. We were that close, literally that close. But
Yep. But it is what it is, man. But honestly, we ended with this. It's gonna be a long off season, because it always is when the thing ends. But once October comes around, is when the excitement builds right back up again. And best believe we'll be right here doing what we do and making sure we're getting it out to you guys, because we love you guys. And I'm Young Peter.
I'm LAJ. Make sure you guys tune in on Wednesdays for the Daily Grind. We're live on that. So it's 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 Eastern. So you guys tune in, chat, call in, let us know what you're feeling, what your thoughts are. Also, make sure you follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at Legendary Sports Organizations. And with that being said, you guys have a great day.